UFC championship on. We are live. We are good. Let's hone it in. MIC podcast, episode 104?
Whoa.
105, excuse me, 105. Community. Content. You get it all here. Our guest today, very, very special guest here, a super, super charismatic artist. Just really a lot of dope energy. One of the in my view, one of the more genuine, realer artists in the city. Honestly, we got the legendary, incomparable Bird in the motherfucking building. What's going on?
Ooh, what's up, y'all?
We're shaking. How you feeling?
I'm happy to be here.
Yeah.
I feel blessed. I'm just glad I made it.
Nah, facts. You got rid of the blonde.
Yeah.
When, like, is that recent?
Yeah.
Okay.
I didn't really get rid of it. I kind of let it grow out.
Okay,
and then I was
like you just,
let me
yeah,
try
you took it down
something.
again?
Yeah.
You about to get a new color or what's up?
I'm debating.
Okay.
I kind of just cut. This is the lowest I've had it.
Okay.
So I just tried this out, and then I want to do like pictures and shit. I'm trying to get funky.
Yeah.
So-
Nah. You on a
so
whole
I'm
other
trying to
level
get
with it.
funky.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Facts. Well,
looking like Chris Breezy.
hey man, listen. Nah. You pulled off very well. But we are super, super glad to have you in the building, Bird. I personally first got familiar with you again at the CND performance. They were having like, the 1 year anniversary,
Yeah.
bro. You got up on stage, bro, immediately. Like, your stage presence is just crazy. Like you know how to just command the crowd and just like command that presence very, very well. And you were, obviously beside my band, like, you were one of the performances that just really stuck out with me. Like, when I was like, damn, she was up there doing her fucking thing. And like, that was like the first time I was introduced to you.
Yeah.
So, it's gonna be good to be able to chop it up with you.
I appreciate that.
No, for sure.
It's funny because now that I'm looking at you, there's a picture. I don't know if you follow me.
Yeah.
But
Well,
there's a
no, I did
picture.
last night.
And it's like an iconic ass picture now that we're having this
Yeah.
full circle. But you're
Facts.
like looking at me on stage, and somebody was like, I'm that dude. Somebody in the comment section is like, I'm whoever he is, I'm him. You're in the picture like, it's like, yeah, but I appreciate you guys for bringing me here. Honestly, that's when I met him, and
fact.
that's the first show my sister was ever like, all right, he outdid you tonight.
Nah, and listen, bro, that nigga was on a different topic.
Yo, I was
Bro.
like,
Nigga, Nate, like, grabbed the mic at one point. I'm like, oh, nah, niggas are in here bugging. Like, nigga came from the crowd,
Who is
started
this
wild.
guy?
That shit was crazy. But nah, man, just like, kind of get more into you, just so for people that, may not know, where in Pittsburgh are you from? Are you originally from Pittsburgh?
I'm from the Hill District.
Okay, copy.
Born and raised.
Okay,
Now I'm around.
there you go.
Since being an adult, I've moved around, migrated a bit. But yeah,
Okay,
I'm from
word.
the HI double.
I feel that. How was it, growing up in the Hill District?
It was cool. I'm a multi-dimensional kid. I had a lot of different. I was exposed to a lot of different things.
Fair.
So while I'm like from the Hill, I went to Miller African Centered Academy. So I have that as my background. But then I went to Pittsburgh Kappa.
Okay, yeah.
went to school
Facts.
for
We'll get into that. Yeah, facts.
Then Obama. So I'm pretty well versed.
Is Obama a high school? Because our like a guest or two ago, brother man said like he went to
Yeah, we both went to,
Obama.
Yeah,
Okay,
we both went to Obama. It's
that's
6 through
hard.
12.
Okay, copy.
I
Okay.
think there's a pre-K system at the lower level, and then it's 6 through 12. But yeah.
Okay, nah, that's wild. So I know. I mean, like, you started just getting that performance bug early. I know that like at 5 you said that like you were like kind of dancing like, so, like all different disciplines and shit like that.
That's
you
funny.
know-
How do you know that?
We do research over here. I mean, don't worry about that. But you feel me? But no, I mean, like, that's like a crazy, like, just young age to get,
Mhm.
that sort of training, that sort of discipline in you. So just like, how was it just kind of developing that just knack for performance so early?
If I'm honest, I think performing for me probably just came naturally.
Facts.
My mom always tells like a little story. My girl was like, she's gonna be a superstar or whatever. Like, I would dance on the tables and stuff. But then when I went to Miller, just to give you guys the journey of it,
Facts.
I went to Miller. My big sister, who's also here, she's also my manager at the moment.
Okay.
Well, my manager.
Yeah.
Period. She was the captain of the dance team
Okay.
and the choir. so she was leading the choir. So I
Okay.
just took after her, honestly, in that. We did African dance, and then
Yeah.
that transpired to ballet, tap.
Okay.
We danced at Full of Grace. So I danced really early on. I did a few plays at Miller. Then I went to Kappa,
Yeah.
which just broadened my like horizons for performing arts. Doing like the nutcracker. I did ballet and stuff. So
Yeah.
that really like, I don't know
That's
if people
crazy.
have studied just like those kind of genres of music. There's a lot of discipline that comes with ballet.
No. Like that's. I mean, shit, bro. I mean, that's probably the most disciplined joint. You know, shout out to that
Yeah.
movie Black Swan. You know,
Yeah.
it depicts all sorts of tribulations. I mean, like it's just a really, really strict discipline for sure.
Yeah,
like,
it is. Even just the structure of it all, like having your hair in a bun or wearing a leotard every day.
It's like
you have
I'd
to
be
wear the same
wondering,
color
bro.
tights.
Like they be holding like the one pose. I'm just like, are y'all breathing?
Literally,
It's
no.
like, yeah, it's
Probably not.
I'm like, damn, like, and then just even like standing on the toes, like,
Point.
you know, yeah, that
Yeah.
shit is
And
that shit is.
I'm
different.
not even gonna pretend I wasn't even the best dancer in there,
Fuck
but just
yeah.
having that like just studying those crafts,
Those forms, right.
those different art forms, I think added to my discipline when it comes to
Definitely.
music, when it comes to this kind of performing.
Definitely.
But when I turned 11, this is also the same time when I'm in Kappa. First I studied at Hip Hop on Lock
Okay.
with Mr. Ime Aliquiva, excuse me if I'm saying that wrong. And then I joined the crunk movement shortly after. I'm not sure if you're familiar with
Nah,
crunk, COL.
Oh, okay. And
It's in Hazelwood.
just like crunk in general, or just like
it's
this
called
specific
the
program?
crunk movement.
Okay, no, I'm
it's
not
here
here.
in Pittsburgh.
Okay.
When I was in crunk, it stood for Creating Realistic Urban New School Knowledge.
Oh, that's hard.
So
okay.
we were a group of kids. I was the youngest in crunk. I think you had to be 14 to join crunk. It was like
Okay.
for high school students, but I was in middle school.
Yeah. But you were just nice with it, so like they just like
I
fuck
was
it.
just nice with it. They came to my school and they were looking for kids to like come and join the program.
Facts.
And I rapped for them and they were like, "Who the fuck are you?"
Yeah.
And I was a kid, so they shouldn't have said that. But
Word,
they were
yeah.
like, "Who the fuck are you?" And I'm like, "Who the fuck are you?"
Yeah.
I just had so much charisma.
Right.
So then I did crunk, and that's somewhere where I will say prior to crunk, my mama was like Beyonce's dad. So once we started performing, I started performing hip hop music when I was 11.
Okay.
My mom would have us at the basketball courts doing suicides and rapping, run up the bleachers rapping, going to the YMCA. Yeah,
Wait, was that to just like hone your conditioning
Yeah,
for on
for
stage?
sure, yeah.
Yo, that's
Because-
crazy.
like I said, I danced, but I probably wasn't really soaking in as much as I should have
Mhm.
when I was doing like the ballet and stuff.
Mhm.
My breath control sucked.
I mean, what were you like 6, 7?
gonna
Like,
say,
yo,
I
she
was
said
do-
I
I was
wasn't
doing it
retaining.
rel-
You're
I was
7
doing it
fucking.
relatively young.
You mad
But
young,
at this
like,
time, I'm probably like 11 now. So I had been
Okay, word.
performing for a few years, but also music and something like that, they're two different worlds. I don't know if people
Definitely two
understand. Like when you're
different- yeah,
trying to,
no,
and I
sure.
have a lot of charisma, like you said. So I'm dancing on stage. I'm super hyped. But then
Mhm.
back when I was younger, my influences were like Busta Rhymes and Eminem.
Yeah,
So
facts.
I wanted to be like the female. I used to rap fast as hell.
Yeah.
So trying to do that on stage and whatnot. my
and
mom was
just
like,
is crazy.
"You're a good performer, but we need you to be a great performer." So we would
Damn.
be out and we would be, me and my best friend, her name's Samaya. She's who I started doing music with. Yeah, my mom would have us out there 8 a.m. Get up, let's get to it.
Training for a
Training for it.
championship.
And
yeah.
back then you be tired. You don't really look at it. You don't see the beauty of it now. And I realize I'm the artist I am today for having a parent like that.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
All the parents believe in y'all child that much. Like
Yeah,
go
real
that hard.
shit.
Do what you can. And it's like I used to be like a little brat and feel like she could have did more, but now that I'm looking back at it, it's like that's
Like,
priceless.
yeah, no, she was
was
doing
preparing
more than
me.
enough.
Yeah, more than enough. But yeah, so she gave me that conditioning, and then I went to crunk, and crunk kind of set us up like that too. You go to crunk, first thing you do, you work out. They had us running up hills and stuff.
Damn.
Yeah, like this is like boot camp.
So
training
birds
camp.
in shape, y'all. At the
I
end,
was
of,
about to-
at the end of the
Shit,
day,
I should be. I probably ain't no more. But
Bird
I should
got
be.
mad cardio.
I didn't have a choice. They will have us out there again. Like my mom, we be doing those suicides. I don't know what they were called, like 10, 8, 12s or something.
Nah, yeah, it
And
might be. Nah, those are
Literally
suicides, bro.
doing
Yeah.
relays. And then we would rehearse. And the structure with crunk was on Mondays, you come in, you choose a beat. On Tuesday, you write to the beat. On Wednesday,
Okay.
you memorize your song. And on Thursday, you perform.
Okay.
And I was doing that for 7 weeks straight.
And
So
Crunk
I
was a
would-
program in Kappa, correct?
No, it's a program outside of Kappa.
Okay, copy.
It was, I think they try to like expand it to Pittsburgh public schools. I don't know if it's beyond Pittsburgh public schools at the moment. I need to tap in. But yeah, no, they work with kids in Pittsburgh public schools more specifically. But yeah, it's over in Hazelwood. It's called COL, Center of Light.
Okay.
Over in the church. But yeah, no, they were disciplining us like crazy. And like I said, that was a 7-week thing. And we were getting paid.
Oh,
so my motivation was different than a lot of other kids. I was getting paid at 11, like 300, like checks. Yeah. Like I was able to. That's probably why my little ass was so cocky. You couldn't tell me nothing. I was out here and I was working for it.
Yeah.
I think that was more important. Like that was the most important thing. It's like we're out here really working for it, really getting to it, really striving for it. So I'm honestly just a product of that.
Definitely. And that just even kind of leads me into my next question. So like when you were first starting off with dance, was that the first art form that just kind of grabbed you, or like were you into music prior to that, or just like kind of like how was that balance for you?
Well, like I said, I only danced because my sister danced.
Okay, right.
We're 5 years apart. We were really tight since kids. So that was kind of just me like looking up to my sister. 6th grade, I had to write a letter to myself for my 8th grade self to read.
Yeah.
And it's like, talk about your accomplishments or something. I'm like, I just want to be like my sister. That's all I put on there. So I literally only danced because my sister danced. And it was a chance to be seen. I like attention. I've liked attention.
That's fair. That's fair to admit.
So it allowed me to be like in that spotlight. But I started writing when I was 7.
Right. Yeah.
Yes.
I was gonna say like that was like the year leading up to your grandma passing.
Yeah.
And I just wanted to just like kind of go into that because like again, you're 7 years old, bro.
Yes.
Like how are you? Just what was that outlet for you like? Like what does writing and trying to process these feelings at 7 years old look like for you?
If I'm honest, bro, for as long as I can remember, I feel like art has always just been like a part of my life. And it's never been nothing that I have to like think too hard about, or like it just kind of flows out.
Facts.
And I'm like trying to search, like as you asked me now, I'm trying to search for like an answer.
Absolutely.
The best answer, but like it just always kind of comes out. There's not really that much of a thought process behind it. Thankfully I had that outlet, but I don't know if there was anything that like sat me down or motivated me to do it. Like my mom writes poetry. My grandma also had wrote poetry. My mom movies, poetry. Like I think it's kind of, I say that one of my gems is just embedded.
Yeah.
So it's something that's like second nature to me. And
what was like the content looking like at that time? Like we were just kind of like writing,
My mom, okay, so the way I kind of started performing, my mom wrote a poem, and then I took her poem and just transformed it into a song, which allowed me to get booked from my first few shows. I probably booked like 25 shows in the summer when I was 11. But yeah.
I feel that. So from 7.
I just was writing. And I don't know what, like, I don't know. And it's funny.
That's crazy.
That, like you said, 7, and then my grandma died, and my grandma's the person. My grandma named me Bird, just for context.
Facts.
But my grandma would tell my mom I was a superstar since I was a baby.
Yeah.
So I try, like, now that I'm an adult, I think about that, like, pretty, like, what the fuck? Like, she was out here, like,
prophesied.
For real. For sure. Yeah. So it's like, this is shit's above me.
Yeah.
It's above me. It's all above me. I don't really got too much to say to it. Like, it's like, I'd be just as surprised as the outsider sometimes. It's like, I'd be talking to God, like, why me?
Yeah.
Like, not why me in a bad way, but, like, I don't know if people understand. Like, it's heavy. Like it's also a little heavy, too, because it's like, this isn't something I asked for. And there's a level of, like, responsibility and urgency that comes with what I'm doing. So it's like,
well, I mean, shit, as you say, like, it's either in you or it's not.
Yeah, or it's not.
You know what I mean? So.
I say it off, and when I say that, I feel like sometimes it could come off as egotistical or cocky, but I mean that wholeheartedly. It's either in you or it's not.
Yeah.
It's not, you can't create this. You can't make this.
Absolutely.
You can't, I could give you the tools and you still wouldn't show up like this. And I say that humbly.
No,
I say that often. I always say shit humbly often, but I genuinely say that humbly. Like, I couldn't be you either, though, bro. So it's like, just as much as you couldn't recreate this,
absolutely
you couldn't recreate
not.
you either.
Absolutely.
So
No, I feel that.
I am me.
Nah, facts. Real shit.
I am me.
So from age 7, right, like you're writing, kind of getting these thoughts out, and then you said like you started kind of making music at 11, correct? Okay, so what was the jump from just writing the content out to like, trying to actually, formulate it in a way that makes sense?
I think when my mom did that poem, when she brought me that poem, and then we would like shoot YouTube videos on my sister's iPhone,
Word.
post them up on YouTube and stuff, and that we got a lot of traction from them. Me and my best friend were viral kids.
Oh, for real?
Yeah, like we were viral on Facebook.
Oh,
And I
okay,
don't know if
word.
people understand though, it is not easy to go viral on Facebook.
Is it not?
Not in
I feel-
2008.
Well,
Not
no, yeah, you know what?
2000
Fair.
yeah,
Yeah,
like,
yeah, my fault. Yeah,
not,
yeah.
not between like 2008, 2011,
Yeah, no.
2012.
Absolutely, no.
We
Facts,
were
you're 100%
viral
right.
kids.
Yeah.
Just making little raps and song. We were singing rap. But we started going viral, and then we just started building up all of these shows, and I think the shows kind of inspired me. Like, okay, I can't just have one record though, or I can't just do like a lot of old school '90s remixes.
Yeah.
And stuff. So I think that inspired me to just pick up my pen a little more, and then Crunk. I started Crunk also
okay.
when I was 11, turning 12. So I had that pressure on me to push my
Yeah.
pen, and the people in Crunk were hard as fuck.
Mm.
Some of the best rappers I ever met, Trouble NLS, Izzy. I don't know what Izzy's rap name was at the time, but there were so many people around me, other people for me to like to look to and to be inspired by. I had pressure. There was so much, and I was the little girl. And being a woman in hip hop, there's a lot more eyes on you
For sure.
because they're expecting something out of you,
Yeah.
one way or another.
Yep.
Whether they think you're this way or that
Mhm.
way, they're
Yep.
expecting something from you. So I always just wanted to like break the barriers and bring something new to the table. And I like that element of surprise. I
Nah,
like
facts.
people thinking one thing and then showing up and giving them something.
What'd y'all go viral for on Facebook?
A lot of our little songs we would make,
Okay.
we would just, and I want to say maybe we were more viral leading up to high school. The years are all just
jumbled
I was
together.
a viral kid.
Yeah.
Period. Like I was in viral relationships, and I was like, and I mean like 50,000 likes and
Yeah.
shit for no reason.
That's
Like
crazy.
I say it often. I lived a different childhood than a lot of my peers.
Facts.
And again, it's not something that I asked for, it's something that I strived for. It just happened naturally.
Mhm.
But yeah, no, we would literally remix. I'm trying to figure out a couple of the songs we remixed, but they were not the one we really went viral for was one that we made in my bathroom. And it was like a little storytelling song. We used to
Okay.
like make up these real hip hop shit. Like
Yo.
making up just literal like random ass stories about kids, and she's like the Mary J. Blige on the hooks. Like, yeah, we was taking it back to the earlys.
Son, so you're 11, right, going
Yeah.
viral on Facebook. There are niggas that are 31 that can't go viral today.
Yeah.
So, I mean, how is it like, just getting 50,000? I mean, does it even dawn on you at 11 years old, just like the impact that you're having just within
I
your
think-
community?
I think when I got a little older, high school, I knew the impact I had. I'm not sure if you guys are familiar, but I had I started my own organization called Newbie Queen 17.
Yeah.
Which was an organization that I started more so really to build like sisterhood and community, because I realized the impact that I had on my peers, but also too, I felt in that time a lot of people like want that shit. Like everybody wants attention and everybody wants all that shit, but it's lonely when you're the only person that's like receiving that amount of like love or that amount of energy or attention. So I wanted to put other people in the light. So I'm like, if I start this organization, I kind of build up these other women's brands, it'll give them some attention, and the light will be kind of taken. We'll share it.
Yeah.
Not that it will be taken from me, but we could share the light. But that's when I realized that I had 95 girls in my organization.
That's
and I was
fucking crazy.
16.
That's wild.
And I ran it by myself. I hope to bring it back, but the only reason I stopped was literally just being a 16-year-old. I was using my rap money to fund the business, and I
Damn,
wasn't
so
really.
like you were like, so you even like had saved up bread and just like
I wasn't saving up bread.
okay, but you were just
I was using whatever check I got last
Okay.
week to pay for whatever
Fair
we gonna
enough.
do this week.
Yeah.
And honestly, I wish more schools or just parents and people in our communities will really push financial literacy. Because I was a young boss. I was supposed to have been.
Trust me. Nah, yeah, type shit.
My pocket should be right.
Nah.
But there was a lack of financial literacy. And even the adults who were mentors to me in my school and things of that nature,
as literate financially,
maybe not. And if they were, no one was sharing that knowledge with me at a young age. I was out here just a young hustler. I was selling t-shirts.
No, bro, I was about to say,
and everything. I was selling edibles,
bro. Yeah,
shit, you name it.
Shout out to Bird.
I was making clothes. Like, I was just a young hustler, but like I said, the
provider for the community in any way possible.
Anyway, a good time.
Absolutely.
I want to make people feel good. That's always been my thing. I used to throw parties, man. I threw some of the most cracking parties in my high school experience, and it was a place for people to just come feel love and safety. And for it to be as cracking as it was, we never once had like a fight or a shooting, or where people would think some shit like that would go wrong from where I'm from. And the type kids that was pulling up, you would think like, nah, we need security. We didn't even need security on that. That's the type of energy and the kind of aura that we carry. Absolutely.
Probably because they respected you enough to be like, nah, this is Berkshire. We're not doing none of that shit in
but
here,
also,
bro.
too, I think like when you give respect, you get respect.
Absolutely.
And when you carry yourself a certain way, I ain't never beef with no woman out here. Not genuinely. Maybe I had like a couple mishaps with a couple women, but even in that, I would go and clear that shit up with people. I ain't never want to fight with my people. Ever.
Nah, facts.
Not no man, not no woman. So it's like when people know that, they're just welcome.
Absolutely.
I kill people with kindness, but in the same token, I genuinely love people.
Yeah,
and I think that I have a gift of making people feel that way too.
Absolutely.
To some extent. So
nah, bro, that's beautiful, and like I was just even gonna touch on like the fact that like, bro, like that hustle and drive at 16, bro. Is crazy. I
was trying to get out.
Nah, for real.
Like, I don't even know, and I battle with this more recently. Like, what are the things that I value and the things that I'm actually striving for? But it felt like a constant like urgency to escape something.
Damn.
I always wanted like bigger and better and different, and now I'm getting a little older. It's genuinely like love yours. Like, I still want it all.
Yeah, but I'm showing the gratitude of
I'm regrounding myself, and like, cause back then I feel like there was a lot of ego. It was a lot of like I said, materialistic, just wanting bigger and better. Like, I'm a hustle, so my mom used to have us flipping bags. Like, you sell this bag, you get the real one.
Damn.
You do this, you get that. Like, so it was a lot of growing up. A lot of it was materialistic. Like, I used to want to be like the best female rapper in the Berg. Like, I want to be shitting on everybody and stuff. And you were young, so it happens like that. But that was a lot of my drive back then. Like, I also knew that I was extremely talented, so I felt like I was deserving of like the acknowledgement and respect.
Damn.
But in the same token, I can pin it to a lot of my ego and just wanting to be like that girl.
Nah, and like that's really you to say, just because, you know, even looking back, I mean, like at a young age, how can you not have those fucking? I mean, like that's like 90% of your makeup at 16 is ego and pride
and being who I was.
Yeah, facts.
People treated me like that was the thing. Like, I wasn't I was delusional to an extent.
Yeah.
But when it came to me being that girl, I wasn't delusional.
Yeah, because
so
like you saw people like giving you
they gave me the validation.
Yeah, facts.
So yeah, that's what I was striving for. I was striving to keep that validation up.
Absolutely.
Keep it coming. Keep it coming.
Bro, I want to touch on your organization. Just to say the name, one more time.
Newbie Queen 17.
Newbie Queen 17. So you're trying to put the spotlight on, all these women in hip hop in Pittsburgh. What was it like, trying to build those connections, for them to go perform, for them to, make these videos, for them to go do that at 16? Like, how are you leveraging the conversation with, these people that, you were meeting?
Okay, so just for clarity, first and foremost, it wasn't for women in hip hop. It was just for women.
Okay.
And whatever you wanted to do, if a young woman wanted to be a chef, I tried to call up a homeboy who was in culinary. Hey, can you like give her like a internship or an apprenticeship or something of that nature? And granted, I didn't get to really we didn't get to really live out my full vision because I didn't have the means to really take it where I wanted to take it. But that was my goal. My goal was to if there was a young lady who wanted to dance, and maybe I'll hook up with Alloy Studios or something. Not Alloy. I'm here. Is that where we're at? That's what made me say that. alley,
Allegedly.
any like a dance studio or a program or
Yeah, no,
something,
no,
and
no,
get
facts
them
though,
kind
yeah.
of in, and maybe I would pay the $25 entry fee for them. Like we would do a fundraiser so we could fund all the young women's
Mhm.
dreams. That's what it really was about. Just letting other people, the ages were 14 to 22, but allowing them to understand that whatever they wanted was tangible because I was doing so much at a young age.
Yeah.
Um, but the things that what I was able to do, we would do like photo shoots.
Okay.
And for me, I was trying to guide these young women to be businesswomen. And I understood the key to that was to be a confident businesswoman. And if you can't be confident in front of a camera, you can't be confident in front of a person.
Absolutely.
So I thought that I would do like character building things where we would do photo shoots, and not only would you do a photo shoot by yourself, you would do a photo shoot with a group. So now you know how to work alongside peers, and you know how to be confident alongside another strong woman, and just really building up that sisterhood and like embracing each other and finding your beauty and feeling like we would do it natural. We would do it all dolled up. We would go thrifting. We would do it in our latest and greatest fits. Like I don't. It was really just about like character development more so. And I would reach out to a lot of photographers using like little hashtags and shit. Like, am I allowed to cuss? I'm sorry. I was about to say I keep cussing. I
You could
apologize.
actually only cuss on this, actually.
Alright,
Yeah.
cool. But yeah, no, I would hit up these photographers using hashtags like Pittsburgh photographers, and I would reach out to them like, hey, I'm a young woman. I have an organization. I would love to collaborate with you. I love your work. I love what you're doing. Sometimes, y'all, this is part of the hustle. Sometimes I wouldn't even know. I wasn't familiar with their damn work. But I would get familiar.
Yeah, no.
And some people aren't with it. Some people would tell you a price. I couldn't afford it. So I was looking for anybody who was willing to collaborate with me and trust in my vision. And it was like, if you trust me, I trust you. If you're willing to invest in me, I'm willing to invest in you. So we would collaborate with a lot of different people around the city. I started out with younger photographers just so we could give each other, show that community, but also give each other that support and that outlet to like promote our brands. And then I started to throw events. I didn't host my own fashion show, but I was a part of a fashion show where I was able to create the clothes for the fashion show, and all my newbies got to walk. If not all, but most of them got to walk in the fashion show. And that was just me using my, what is the word? Not network, but like my alliance to Kappa Kids.
I mean, that's a network, yeah. Facts,
my network. So I did that, and then I would throw those cracking ass parties.
Yeah.
And I would literally go into these spaces, and I don't think I ever paid for a venue.
Damn.
I would go in there and I would say,
strength.
hi, my name is Bird, and I have an organization where I'm trying to help young women, and it's a nonprofit. And I would give them this like sweet ass little elevator speech trying to sell myself, and they would take it.
It was with it.
I think they felt the energy. I was passionate though. I was very passionate as a kid, and I meant like what I said I meant. So I think I was very professional too. I had like the permission slips that I wrote up myself, media release forms, consent forms, parent and guardian. Yeah, for sure. Yeah. But because my thing is like, if you're gonna do some shit, do it. Quality over quantity anytime. Which is why, just to go into the music, that's why it takes so long to release and stuff. For me, it's quality over quantity.
I was even gonna veer it back because I just want people to get like a fuller scoop. Like
I really appreciate it.
No, just even all that shit at 16 is crazy, and I'm sure people will fast forward to now and be like, yo, it makes a lot of sense, but this is fucking crazy.
It'll be worth the wait.
Yeah,
like,
no,
it's
absolutely.
Like, I'm just very big on, like I said, don't half-ass shit, especially not shit you're passionate about. I'm truly passionate about community, so I wanted to make sure, like,
you in the right place,
if I was able to provide those girls the opportunity, that we were all fully in it. And I wanted to make sure their parents were on board, because if your parents aren't on board, then it's like, I don't want at any point we do some shit and then your mom comes in and now it's a big legal situation or something. I'm posting their photos. I have to make sure I have consent from these young women, and their guardians, or just
knowledgeable on your part
specifically. But that's kind of just what I was doing. That's all I was truly able to do, which is it's not unfortunate, because I know, I know I made an impact.
Yeah, I was about to say, like, all you were able to do, like,
and I ended up getting into a club. at my school.
Mm.
So I ran my own club at Obama.
What was the club?
Newbie Queen 17.
Okay.
Yeah, I got it as a club.
That's
so on
hard.
Tuesdays, every other Tuesday at Obama, I end up getting a group of girls in my actual high school that I
Copy.
could kind of take under my wing and build the brand with. And I was in a place at the time. I wasn't in the place to guide anyone or lead anyone. I was figuring it out myself. Yeah, so I didn't know that, and at the moment, I wasn't honest with myself at the moment. So I kind of dropped the ball on that. But it was literally the blind leading the blind. I was figuring it out. They were figuring it out. They were just happy to fucking be there, which I appreciate, and I was happy to have them as community. But we didn't really get to do as much as I would have liked to. But like I said, it's a goal of mine to bring that shit back around, and I want to be more intentional with it. Like I said, quantity over quantity. Quality over quantity. Like I want to be able to like really hone in on a group of young women.
It'll happen, and
build it from there. Then we just expand and we expand and we expand.
No, it's definitely good. Like you were just in the like more artistry phase of I
have to be.
Yeah, no, your time right now.
In order for me to do things, I'm doing the music for me.
Fact.
This is my healing. This is my like coming to the surface. This is for me. And it's like if I don't do this, this is me before I'm a mom, me before I'm a girlfriend, a sister, a kid, or anything. So it's like I have to really give my all to myself first before I can give it to anybody else. And I mean, granted, I still have relationships in my life where I have to be present for because I chose to be here. I was born into certain positions, but like outside of the relationships at hand, I have to do this first before I go and try to build outside of that so I can be the best version of myself. I can give the best version of myself to those other people. Because like I'm not trying to be the blind leading the blind this time around. Not. It's like we get
everybody
older.
Lost.
Yeah, we getting older, and it's like we deserve like
proper guidance.
Yeah, we deserve that.
Yeah, no,
and
absolutely.
I feel like in our generation and a lot of these media outlets, it's a lot of the blind leading the blind, and that's not fair.
Yeah.
At least with my brand, I like to make a point that I'm human. So sometimes I won't always get it right. None of us will, but I want to make sure that I'm being like intentional and purposeful. So yeah.
I feel that. And very well said. You know, on your part. I do want to kind of fast forward to Kappa. You know, we've had a Kappa alumni. Shout out to DJ Femi. But what was that experience like for you? Now that you're in an institution where everyone you look to your left, you look to your right. Like I know, like you were in Crunk. You know what I mean? So like you're around again sharp people, sharp minds. Creatively. But Kappa it's like there's structures for like certain shit. You know what I mean? So like, what was it like kind of being in there? Like even in Femi's interview, I kind of likened it to like Professor X's School for the Gifted, you know what I mean? Where like everyone, like you got Storm, teaching, like a class over here, fucking Cyclops teaching, like, class over here. So like, what was it like for you?
Honestly, I feel like going to Kappa wasn't, like I said, it wasn't a part of my dream. My sister did it. Again, my sister went to Kappa, so I was just like, yeah, my sister did it, I'm doing it. My thing was, if she could do it, I could do it.
Yeah.
But I think it really just brought me closer to my true self. Like looking to your right and looking to your left, and you see these kids who are just evidently artists. Anything we do, from the way we express ourselves, the way we talk, the way we dress, the way we act, it was just like a sense of freedom for the first time.
That's
like
crazy,
being able to just be like, especially like I said, I'm a little black girl from the hill, and I feel like there's an expectation of us, like how we're supposed to act or how we're supposed to look or how we're supposed to think, speak, walk, talk.
Right.
And I feel like Kappa gave me the playground to like fully be myself. Like I was a fucking fool in Kappa. I had a ball. Like I was bad, but I wasn't bad. I was just class clown. I had the space to like express myself and not feel bad about it or not get ridiculed. Like, and I was about to say some wild shit, but like no, because I was about to say like by my black teachers.
Yeah.
Because I feel like even in like predominantly black schools, sometimes our black teachers try to treat us as though they're like the aunties or the uncles, and it's like that tough love shit. And it's like in Kappa, I didn't really get tough love. It was kind of just like every kid, and this was my experience, because I know there's other people who can probably like rebuttal this or whatnot, but like in my experience, I was treated fairly. For the first time.
Don't know about the rest of y'all, but
I was gonna say I truly don't know about the rest of the people because I know there's a lot of black kids probably.
Sure.
You know, their story might have been different. But my teachers like loved me.
Yeah.
They had a hate love for me. I'm a dick. I'm an asshole. But yeah, no, it was my first time to fully like find myself and be myself and have a voice and like people actually fuck with the voice and I'm not a weirdo at this school. It's like shit, we all weirdos. Like we all sing it to the top of our lungs. We all gonna try to dance on the table and do little what is that called? I can't even think of the word right now, but I don't know. I had a good time at Kappa. I cried when I was leaving Kappa. I was so sad. It felt like home to me.
Right.
Like that was the first time I think I felt at home. Because I didn't realize prior to Kappa that I was an artist.
Damn.
I thought I just could rap. I thought I could dance. But I think Kappa made me realize I'm an artist. Like I love this shit. Like I'm looking at the structure of the building. I love how the glass is on the outside and how it's all swirls on the steps and shit like that. Like I started to look at life a little different, I think, when I went to Kappa. I went through a lot of shit when I went. Like I burned my house down when I was 12.
Sorry to hear that.
I was cooking chicken dinners, but I burned the house down and I lived with my best friend and her mom at the time. And I would just walk. We lived on a hill, and every day I would stay out until the street lights came on. But I would just spend my time downtown writing at the point, like just writing music. But I feel like that was something, like that time of my, I went to Kappa at the time.
Yeah, right.
But it was just like something, I was a true artist. Like I was just
just living that life, just like living that like,
and like I said, it wasn't forced or nothing. It was just like, it started to just become who I was. And I think from there, it just kept going and going. Like I went to Obama and even Kappa opened my eyes to like musical theater and things of that nature. I was a Disney kid and I always felt like I could do what they were doing on Disney, but I never had the outlet to see if I can do what they were doing on Disney. And then leaving Kappa, I had the confidence to like, I can do anything I put my mind to it. Because I'm the type of person, like if I see you doing something and you're doing it well, if you could do it, I could do it. That's how I look at shit. So in Kappa, with kids doing shit, it's like, oh, if she could do that, I can do that. If she can learn that, especially when you see a kid who's like not that they're not good, they obviously have a talent or an eye for it, but they're not like technically good yet, but they learn to be technically good. I started realizing like, oh shit, if I'm just exposed to this with the right teaching and the right like studying, I can do that shit too. I
kind of like go into like the not, I can do it, but I can appreciate when something is done at a high level.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like I can always visualize something and be like, no, that like what that nigga's doing right there is
that's
crazy.
wrong.
It's like,
even
again, it's like, going back to your performance at CND, I'm just like, yo, nah, she like I can just tell like it just jumps. I'm just like, nah, she's up to something. Like she's up to something. You know what I mean?
No, for sure.
So I definitely get you. Like I said, I'd say like I understand what you mean as far as
I'm not gonna lie, bro. My shit is really, I'll be looking at people like anything you can do, I can do.
Yeah,
it might not be. That's where I'm delusional. That might not be true at all. It's not true.
I don't think it's delusion. I don't think
it's not true at all. But I think when you put your mind on something, you truly can do. And in my experience, anything I have tried and I have studied, I have become not a master of, but I've become great at.
There you go.
I'm a hairstylist.
So it ain't delusion.
I was about to say like I'm a full-time hairstylist, but to go to the point of me going from Kappa to Obama, I used to cry watching Disney, yo. I thought I was supposed to be in High School Musical. I swear to God. Ant Farm came on. I was writing in my little diary.
You said Ant Farm?
Ant Farm. I was supposed to be on Ant Farm. They needed a rapper.
It should have been me.
They needed, I swear to God, I promise you, I was writing in my book, like, this is unfair.
Yeah.
Like, that's supposed to be me. Like, that's how I felt in my heart. But I was so timid at the time to attempt that at Kappa. And when I went to Obama, I finally found my balls.
Yeah.
And I did musical theater, and I ended up getting, like, the first year I was a dance lead. Like I said, at Kappa, I didn't think I was the best dancer. But when I went to Obama, I showed the fuck out. She could do it, I can do it. And I was a dance lead, and I had a lot of solos in our musical. And then by my junior year, I ended up getting a lead in a musical, and I got nominated for a Gene Kelly.
Damn.
And that's something that I didn't think. I talked myself out of it for a couple years. Like, I would never audition for a lead. And then I started thinking about it, like, wait, if she could do it, I could do it. Like, if she could do it, I can do it. And my director said, Bert, I have a role for you, so you got to audition for a lead. I'm like, girl, I don't sing. I can't sing. I could, like, hold a note, but I can't sing. Not enough to be a lead. And I felt like I was going to be embarrassed. But she put me in that position. I got nominated for Gene Kelly. So that's why it's like, anything you put your mind to, you can freaking do. I know I lost the point of the question, but it's like I had to share that with you.
I was about to say, I appreciate just as far as podcast guests go, you're top tier because I could just chill and sit back.
I love to talk.
No,
I love to communicate.
Please.
So,
but I do want people to get a scope of your actual career.
Yeah.
So like I know that like again like you had that viral moment. You know, Facebook. You're 11 years old. Like you're doing the old school remixes.
Yeah.
But when did you start releasing music as Bird? I know it was 2014.
I was about to say, Crunk had me like release a couple things here and there. Hip Hop on Lock, I probably released something with them. My first like single that I dropped, I feel like my first single I dropped was 2015,
Okay, it was what was that?
What's the song?
Roll It Up?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. That was my 16th birthday.
Okay.
So yeah.
Wow, okay.
Yeah, that was my birthday party.
Okay.
Yeah.
No. That's no. Yeah.
I think it was just I had been performing at that time for kind of how you guys had saw me. I was just getting all these damn shows, and people would just there was an urgency, like, girl, when you gonna drop some music? When you gonna drop some music? And I linked up with the great Stevie B, and we put that joint together, and I kind of felt connected to it. I felt like, you know, you being a student, you be like, this the one. Yeah, I felt like that at the moment. So I started to like slowly try to release. I didn't realize how much. For one, a lot of people be telling people to just drop music and shit like that. This shit expensive. It's costly. It's time consuming. I was a kid, didn't have money. I had something, but I was, like I said, I was being tugged here in which way. But yeah, no, I think I just felt like it was that time to start releasing at that point. Yeah, because before that, I was doing like a lot. I was a social media rapper girl, so I would post a lot of like freestyles here and there on Facebook. I think at the time, it wasn't Musically. I think like Vine and shit was out. So, it's so weird though. I can never get into the social media like joints, like the things that like come up really quick, like blow up, and then they're like,
no, right.
I was never one of those kids. Like I wasn't really a Musically or a Vine kid. I would like attempt it, but like it wasn't my thing. But I would stick to like the rapping on Instagram, rapping on Facebook, that, and then I eventually felt like it was time for me to release. So I did that, and then I attempted to do another record later that year. I don't know if you heard Get the Fake Out of Here. I had the record Get the Fake Out of Here. I think also too, not knowing, I got a little discouraged after a while. Like I tried to drop those two things, and then I dropped a song called Stay to Myself, and then I did a project called I the mixtape.
Okay, yeah.
And that came 2017.
I was about to say, because I thought it read as 3 the mixtape.
It was I.
And then first, because like I went through phases, because so I was like, is this 3 the mixtape? I was like, is this Ill the mixtape? But I'm just like, nah, because like a capital, like you can distinguish like a capital I and like, you know, 2 lowercase L's. You know what I mean? So I'm like, it's not Ill, so like it just triple out of it.
It was also. So I, but also 111. My grandma's birthday is January 11th. My favorite number is 11. 111, the angel number, and then I, like, oh shit, this shit's hot.
Type shit.
Fire. So I just went with I as my young, funky, fresh self.
Was that the first project that like you put out?
Yeah.
Okay.
That was the first and only project that I put out.
Wow.
But I think just being a little discouraged, and obviously knowing I'm talented and I get a lot of good feedback, but like not understanding the full grasping of like marketing and like promotion.
Sure.
Like as a young kid, I think I expected, how they say like numbers don't lie, from being like a viral kid and then attempting things like that, and it don't like go no. Not that it didn't go anywhere, but like
you're just it's not seeing the results.
You're not seeing the results, and especially not immediately.
Yeah, right.
But I was also going through a few mental things in my personal life, so it just kind of made me like dwindle off and like put a hold to it. And I also didn't want to I feel like with I said I was gonna do it, and I was trying to be like a woman of my word, so I forced it out instead of focusing on the quality of the project. Like I did that by any means. Like I did that, like I'm gonna get this done by any means necessary. Like I was skipping school to do it. I was in the studio. I 11, 12 o'clock at night to finish that project, to the point like I didn't care if they was mixed. When it was January 11th, the damn project was dropping.
Yeah.
The cover art I made by myself. I did a photo shoot with the newbies.
Yeah.
I ended up editing it by myself. Couldn't find nobody to edit it. But I was just like so pressed to like prove myself, I guess.
And now, yeah. So like, and just even in the creation of that, like again, like what did that look like for you? Like it's just like the process of, you know, putting these songs together for the very first time, you know, switching from, you know, going viral, performing remixes of old stuff to actually every song on this is original. It's gonna have like, you know, just like the overall message, you know, like the overall theme, just like really building a concept around a project. And how old are you at this point? Like you said, 16?
16, 17. Like I'm on that cusp.
Young. Again, all this is like very young and raw. You know what I mean? So like just putting that mental, and like, you know, like I say, you know, just kind of seeing him work. He's working on an album right now. And it's just every time is album mode. It's just like, you know, as an artist, you obviously love to make what you make. It's a part of you, but because it's a part of you, it's taxing to a degree. So again, that is 17. What did that look like for you? Like, were you feeling these things? Like, how did you process that, or, you know, just even you know, making the project?
Again, I mean, in full honesty and in full transparency, I don't think I was as intentional as I could have been with that project.
Okay.
I think I felt a sense of urgency and I felt a sense of pressure to prove myself. So like I said, that shit was getting out by any means necessary. And I was scraping up whatever I had at the time. I hadn't been in the studio a lot. Just for a little background, I had gotten, I didn't get kicked out of Crunk, but I didn't get accepted back into Crunk. Okay. And Crunk was like my not employment, like that was my way of getting money at the time. So now my pockets are a little low. I was selling t-shirts. I fumbled the bag. So yeah.
What happened with the t-shirts?
All right, so like my heart's so pure and good. I made a mistake, and like I wanted a young dance group to dance for me in a music video, and I gave them the shirts instead of getting a return in an investment, and then it just fucked it up.
Damn,
I didn't double the profit, and then it's like once you don't double it, you kind of in the hole again. So I could re-up these shirts.
Lesson
and then
learned.
It's like, it was just a lesson learned. But it was just like at that time, like at that specific time when all of that's all happening at the same time. Yeah. So like I fumbled the bag of the t-shirts. Now I don't have that income coming in. That stream of income. Newbie Queen is like happening, but it's almost obsolete. It's also the winter, so I'm not throwing big ass parties or nothing. I'm not making money from that. I'm also not making money from Crunk because I'm not in Crunk anymore. So the money is not money in.
Shit.
And honestly too, like where I was at with my parents, I wasn't.
You weren't about to go for them to.
Just that space. In this space I was in mentally. I think I became depressed at 16 years old.
I mean, bro, fair.
Real ass depression. Real ass crying in the shower with the water running over your head. Like I didn't even have the like mental capacity to fully like put the project together in a way where it would have been intentional. I think I just wanted to be relevant. I wanted to. That's fucked up. That's like, it's not fucked up, but it's wild to say out loud. No, I dropped the project. I mean, my motivation for it was my grandma's birthday. Like I wanted to like drop something and do something, and I think I wanted people proud of me, and I wanted to be seen, and I wanted to be felt or heard or anything. Like even the records that's on that project for me, like if I listen to it, it's a no skip for me. But like it's a lot of like my hype records. It's not a lot of my.
No, I was about to say, bro, like the first track to that project, bro.
Oh, that's my shit.
I'm listening to that, bro. I'm listening to that, and it's just like, you know, the mixing, you know, like whatever, because like this is like, you know, like on SoundCloud, like whatever it is, but like
it's one of those SoundCloud mixtapes.
It's a gritty SoundCloud project. And I'm listening to that joint, and no, like from the moment you started fucking rap, I'm just like.
See, I'm gonna start it off.
No, like you just like you came on with this different type of hunger.
I had a point to prove. That's what I'm saying, bro.
And I could tell, like I could tell with that. I'm just like, okay, words. So and like I was even like, you know, watching another one of your performances, which you know we will touch on. But I'm just like, So this was just always in,
Bro,
like
yeah,
this
I
was just
felt
always
like
a factor.
I felt like at that time, like, and I guess I'm always intentional, but I feel like at that time, I really had a point to prove. Like I said, I felt like I was losing, and not that money is everything, but at the time, I felt like I was losing it all. Like, just for background purposes, bro. Like I said, I was in this little viral relationship, and then when me and that guy had broke up, I lost all my friends.
Damn.
I lost all my friends.
So I guess they wasn't really your friends.
Bro, I had a lot of fans as friends, and I'm gonna put that out there, and it happens often. But I was just losing. It just felt like it was losing season for me. Like, and like I said, newbie was a thing, but it was like it wasn't benefiting me as much as it may have been benefiting others for like clout purposes. It wasn't really like there wasn't no return in my investment to it. Even with the music, I started getting to it. I was going to go on the rap game with Jermaine Dupri when I was 16.
Yeah.
Like, we had been contact with Lifetime and shit like that. That goes left. I mean, we put in the little application and stuff. We get an email and stuff back, but just like lack of education, lack of knowledge, like the circumstance. Like, my mama got 5 kids. Like, it just wasn't probably gonna work out for us. Honestly, in the time, like, everything happens for a reason, and what's for you is for you.
And I was no, and like give yourself some grace.
Yeah,
too,
for sure.
Because you're going through all this at 16
I was about to say,
fucking years old.
But I only expressed this for you to understand.
Facts.
Me in that headspace of this project.
Yep.
Like, I'm like, y'all's gonna hear me finally. Like, oh, I wrote this. Y'all's gonna, even like I got a song on there like fuck being humble. It's called Forget Being Humble. I didn't cuss as a child in my music. But I'm talking my shit on there. Like, I'm like, been through it all, and I'm praying to God that I make it. Like, I'm really on there, like,
because you truly have the perspective, like to be able to say these things.
That's talk on our project, but it was literally just a point to prove. I think I knew it was hot, so I was kind of going for like something spicy, something. Say the homies don't dance, cause just post it on the block. That's the first time I really hopped on a record and was like popping my shit. I wasn't like, I was ready for someone to challenge me. I was ready for somebody to come out and say like, I wasn't the hottest female in the I didn't care. I was like feeling like ruthless and like come and get it. Like, I don't know. That's all it really was with that project. And obviously, like I said, a dedication to my grandma. My grandma said I was who I say I am. My grandma said I was who I am. And I think I finally was feeling that way, and I wanted to prove that to the world and prove that to the people. But beautiful, yeah, I'm gonna say that's really all it was about.
And again, like it makes a lot of sense after going through the project, and I was just like, yo, like I just wanna know. It's like, now that you say that, I'm just like, it makes a lot of fucking sense, you know. So I know last year, March, right? That was when you kind of started performing for the first time in a while, right?
4 or 5 years.
Yeah, bro. And like, you know, the moment you pop back outside again, you was booked and busy immediately, right? So I want to speak on that hiatus. What was, you know, why'd you take that initial hiatus, and then like, you know, coming back, right, performing? Do you think that the hiatus was beneficial to you, and how so, if it was?
First and foremost, absolutely. I didn't take the hiatus on purpose.
Sure.
Like I said, I dropped that project. Mental health was just a real thing for me. Leaving finishing high school, I was like slacking really bad in school, and who knew if I was going to graduate, and who knew if I was going to go to school the next day, or I was just in a really dark place. To the point, like, I think I stopped accepting shows after a while, because I didn't, just for me not to put all my business just out there.
Yeah,
but, like,
sure.
In the circumstance I was in, I didn't even want to be seen for like the summer after, really. The summer after high school. And then I went to hair school. And I had a motive. I was purposeful with that. I wanted to go to hair school so I could be a celebrity hairstylist, because I was like, there's nothing in my direct reach. And I say this all the time still. I knew I wanted to be a rapper, so I decided not to go to college because I felt like I didn't need college. But I wish I would have, because I could have hustled that shit on campus. But I went
Nah,
to,
you would have flipped it if you went. No, you
no,
would
for
have
sure.
flipped it.
I would.
You
School
would-
wasn't for me. I was gonna be out there just
You
hustling.
would've
I would have been how
flipped
J.
it
Cole was
all
and shit on
types of
campus.
crazy, like.
And- but like the skill that I end up getting from hair school,
Yeah.
God has a funny way of working.
Absolutely.
And it's like
It's a
while
top
I'm like
comedian.
while I'm like crying out for like people to finally hear me and see me, he sends me all of these clients. Girls in my house, they get to film me real time. I'm in their hair. I get to pour into
She
them
said, "I'm
as
in their hair."
I get to pour into them as I'm doing their hair. I'm like, and I think of this shit, it's like more spiritually for me. Like
yeah.
I'm pouring into your roots, and I'm like kind of putting this in, instilling this in you, and it's like I'm telling you who I am, and I'm putting this in your mind. So now, like when you see me doing what I say I'm gonna do, you're like, oh shit, she said this.
I'm
and
already
like,
in the follicles. So
absolutely, yeah. You
have
feel
to
it.
feel me.
You gonna feel it regardless.
You have to feel
But
me.
he kind of built me up that little fan base through that. But whatever. What I was trying to say was, I went to hair school with the intention to. For one, I wasn't allowed to just not be doing nothing out here.
Fair
So my
enough.
mama
Yeah.
made me go.
Yeah, fair enough.
But I was like, if I'm gonna go, I'm gonna still make this a way for me to be a rapper. So I was like, I'm gonna get on sets, and I'm gonna try to do like photo shoot sets or movie sets when people come and like do their hair and stuff. Got kicked out of hair school. School was just not for me at the time, man.
Any type of
No,
school structure,
Man, any type of structure. And
Yeah,
I'm
facts.
battling that as an adult, man. But honestly, like, I'm just my own boss. Like, I've always been that kid that's like, only person that knows what's best for me is me. And that's the truth.
Yeah,
but,
facts.
like, for you to be a young person and feel that way, you know, then it's like ego and it's like,
Yeah,
who the hell are
pride
you?
and-
Pride.
yeah,
But it's
right.
like, no, I genuinely felt that way, which is why I ended up building my own business. But I go to school. When I got kicked out, I ended up having like not a big ass clientele, but a pretty steady clientele. I ended up moving out around the age of 18. So then real life kicks in. Music is expensive. So I didn't really like have the I wanted to do it, but I didn't have the means to do it, especially since I had left home. So it's like now you're like, I done dived into adulthood early as hell. Then we get in contact with just to give background, it's like it's like I say in one of my songs, like I don't chase, like not chasing dreams, they chasing me. It's like it always called me back. Like there was always something waiting, like an opportunity being presented to me to show me like this is still for you and this is still tangible and you don't have to do too much for it to still be here or whatever. But no, a lady, when I was attempting to try to do it, a lady reached out to me from Rhythm and Flow.
Okay.
One of the talent scouts, and she was like really trying to push for me to get on Rhythm and Flow for the second season. You know what that is?
No,
on
I'm not
Netflix.
hip. No.
Okay. Rhythm and Flow is a hip hop show. The judges the last time around were T.I., Cardi B, Chance the Rapper.
Is that the shit that fucking
You know, D-Smoke?
Okay, word, my fault. I am okay, word. Okay, word. All right, yeah. Okay, I'm hip to that.
A lady named Shannon. Shout out to Shannon. Cause she really sparked, like, lit a fire under my eyes.
Word.
But Shannon was pressing me, like, I love your style. I love your flow. Like, just speaking so much life into me at a time where I was kind of just like stagnant, living life.
facts.
Like, I'm like, maybe it's just not for me right now. And she's like, no, girl, we need you out here. Like, I
Damn.
love what you're rapping about. And mind you, I wasn't dropping no music.
I was about to say, how'd she find you?
Instagram.
Okay.
Post your shit, people.
Word, yeah.
Cause I don't even like. I was probably making a few like rap videos here and there, or sharing my old stuff. Hashtags are important. She probably found me from a hashtag,
Yeah.
or seeing one of my old videos. You just never
Fact.
freaking know.
That's a fact.
That's why you stay ready, so you don't gotta get ready though in those circumstances. Cause she was pressing me like, you want to come to New York? You want to come to Detroit? Like, where we gonna do it at? Like, let's meet. Like, she was really rooting for me to the point I ain't send my application. She'll text my phone like, Bird, I'm not playing. I didn't get it in yet.
Yeah, right.
This lady don't know me
Yeah.
at all. And I think that's what kind of motivated me again to hop back into it. So I started trying to make my way around the mountain, make my way back. This is now 20. I want to say 2019, but it got to be this beginning of 2020.
Yeah, I was about to say, yeah.
Beginning of 2020.
Yeah.
Pandemic.
There you go. A nice little right there for you. There you go. Just go ahead.
Pandemic.
Shut everything down there for you.
And I felt so discouraged because I was finally like ready. Like
That's
I felt
fair,
I'm like, I'm ready
That
again. I'm
sucks, bro.
fucking ready. God,
That
like
sucks,
just
bro.
like I knew I was about to win the I knew
Yeah.
I was about to win Rhythm and Flow. Like
Yeah.
if you asked me, I felt like I was gonna win. I had this story.
Do you know who the judges were about to be, by chance?
No, I
or-
didn't know.
Okay, what
Why did they just release their freaking what is it called? What is that called? Trailer.
Yeah,
And they're coming back, and I didn't know
right,
about it.
yeah,
I'm
right,
so
yeah.
like, what's for you is for you.
Yeah, absolutely.
And everything happens for a reason because I was not ready. I was not ready. Who you guys saw on that stage at the at that show you caught me out. I wasn't doing that yet. I wasn't her yet. Yeah, I wasn't her yet.
Right.
Not at all. But that happens, and then a pandemic hits, and then I get pregnant in the pandemic. So now I'm pregnant. So then I'm like, I can't be a pregnant rapper. Not for like my debut. Not like
It's like your first pop out after a while.
I
type
can't
shit.
do that. Yeah, that's not my brand. I
Yeah.
understand the business of
Sure,
it. I understand
sure.
that, like, okay, if they love me as a mom, then I have to be the mom. And the minute I try
Yeah,
not
right.
to be the
It's
mom,
o-
then
yeah,
it's
then it's like,
over.
yeah, right.
Now it's like, oh, you have a kid, so you have to speak
That's what
this
I'm
way or
saying.
do this way.
Like the minute you try to not be a mom, then you a bad mom.
Then
It's
I'm a
just-
bad
then
mom.
it's
Yeah,
just
and I'm like, I didn't want my
whoa,
brand attached to that. But I will say something. Oh, something about pregnancy. I don't even like I said, I even felt like I was depressed for those years, and something about pregnancy pulled me the fuck out of it.
Bro.
I was so optimistic. I was so creative. I all of a sudden didn't have writer's block anymore. I wrote I know I didn't write all these records, but I remember I was finally able to write a song. It's called Sunshine. I didn't know what I was having. I have a son, but I wrote a record
That's
to
crazy.
my unborn baby.
Sunshine.
Yeah, and I don't even think my family's heard this record, or I never recorded it or anything, but that was the first time I was like, oh shit, I'm on to something. Like I was able to be very vulnerable, and that's the first time I chose like vulnerability outside of like anger or aggression.
Sure.
Like outside of like popping my shit or like talking about sadness. I think I was actually happy on a record for the first time.
That's crazy because I mean, and you touched on it in depth because like
Yeah.
I was gonna ask like how did motherhood just kind of influence you creatively?
Yeah,
you know
and
what
I
mean?
think what happened when I got pregnant was like, what kind of mom do you want to be? Who do you want to raise in the world? What type of things are you going to tell your child? And I know for me, you can do anything you put your mind to. You can be anybody you want to be in the world. Who would I be to tell a child that and not be that person? To not go after exactly what I want in life, or like not chase my dreams, or like live beyond my fears and things of that nature. I understood that I was the person who will be leading him to that. And you gotta lead by example. Like I said, I don't want to be the blind leading the blind no more. So I had to be intentional.
Absolutely.
And I gained I was so confident pregnant. I was wearing heels and shit. That's when I first started wearing heels. I started getting dressed. Like, you look good, you feel better. I was like reborn.
Wow.
I would say that like when I had my son, I think I was reborn.
That's beautiful.
And it just really brought me back to my roots, like that little girl, like not the hurt girl, not the triggered girl. That pure. I think like me on my core, I think I'm like so full of love and so full of life. Like I've always just wanted the best for myself and others, everybody around me. I just feel like we all just deserve some fucking peace, like some joy. And that's what pregnancy brought out of me. So then I started to just write from a place of being vulnerable. And there was something so beautiful about vulnerability. I realized that's the first time I started to feel a sense of healing, a sense of like, oh, I feel better. And I don't feel better for a day. I feel better for a week. And then a week turned into a month. And then it's like, oh, shit, like this year is fire. And I didn't feel that way for a long time. So I started to just release my real feelings on paper. And then I realized what it did was it bettered all the relationships around me also. Because now I'm not holding on to resentment, or I'm not secretly feeling a type of way or having animosity. But like, I feel a way about my dad. I put in the record. I sent a record to my father. My daddy know my heart now. I feel some type of way about my mom. I get on the podcast. I say something about it. It's not that real. We're human. We have an experience, and I felt like let's just share it all and be upfront about it. Like, so that was just my new approach to things, and I felt like that hiatus just really brought me to like a sense of self, a sense of like regrounding, and like I said, like what do you value, what's important to you in life, and I think being human. being human, but like bettering yourself all the fucking time. Like be intentional. Just be fucking intentional. And be purposeful. But have a good time while doing it. Don't beat yourself up. Give yourself grace. Give people around you grace. Give people around you love.
And that,
It's
bro.
simple.
And this interview conversation is so fucking dope. I can like every time you're just going on your shit, like I can go from different point to point. Like, but I do want to ask you about this because this, you know, I was even in my initial research, I missed this. But your performance at Heinz Hall, bro. You're performing in front of the Pittsburgh Symphony, bro. I think that is just even the visual to that is a lot of niggas have not even rapped near a violin. You know what I mean? It's just so like it's crazy, you know. So I do want to kind of go into how that opportunity came about and just, you know, your whole experience doing that, because that shit is crazy. That was in like what, like November? Yeah. Okay, word.
First and foremost, thank you to Frizzy for bringing me out to that. I always say, if you would have asked me sometime, I guess now it's 2 years ago, what I would have been doing the next year, I would have never imagined that. I always want to have like these beautiful ass answers for stuff, but I just have to be honest and truthful. I felt at home. Obviously, I felt honored and blessed, but when I say normal, don't take it bad.
No, I mean, I feel
it
like
felt normal. It felt comfortable. I have fun up there. I went out there and did me.
It's like, how does LeBron feel about playing basketball?
Yeah, like it's really just like, and I think a lot of people see this and it's like, oh, it's wonderful, and it's like, y'all went to Kappa and I did nutcrackers and shit. I'm just saying, like, if I'm honest, like not the
no.
You got the whole orchestra. Like, I understand it's the Pittsburgh Symphony, but you got like a whole. So it's just me like in my playground again.
Yeah,
that's how it felt. Like it felt like me just having the opportunity to be myself, and I wish that on everybody. Genuinely, it's like that's just another tier up, but it wasn't anything like, I think that was meant for me. It wasn't anything out of my ordinary. Extremely grateful, extremely blessed to be there, to be a part of that history. Frizzy showed me as a young black girl that is tangible. As a hip hop artist, I would never have imagined, obviously, like you said, to be in such proximity with the orchestra behind you as a rapper.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was an experience.
Shit's fire. Like,
it was a good experience, and I wanna come up with this shit, but I just want to give you my real heart. Like, I don't want to.
No, bro, and like you made that stage feel so intimate and small in the best way possible.
Thank
like
you.
the stage was huge.
Yeah.
And like you're fucking walking back and like just again, it's just a command.
Like I say, you make it a playground though.
Man.
Who was like?
Yeah. No,
you
go.
I was about to say, like, when you're a kid and you go to the playground, I don't know what type of kid you were, but the type of kid I was. You go to the playground, I own this shit. This my shit.
Yeah, see, I would chill as a kid. I would just go to the
block. It's like, no. I've always been that kid.
You about to fuck around and ram me off, because I would just be chilling in the fucking sandbox, just like, I'll be chilling, and then you probably be like, yo, get the fuck up out of here. Like, you know what? Let me just go and take my shit.
I just always demanded.
Get the fuck up out of here.
Certain stuff, I think just being like a leader and knowing was not what's best for everybody, but like I knew what we needed out there.
Yeah.
I told Frizzy, like, I'm your girl for that. I'm your girl for. I try to tell people, I'm your girl for that. You want some shit to go down on the stage or in front of a crowd, bring me out. We can have a good time. And I mean that.
I just want to quickly ask, who was performing with you?
It was me and Frizzy.
Okay.
Yeah, it was me and Frizz. We have a song called Hip Hop out on all streaming platforms. I actually recorded that joint with him when I was 18.
Damn, that's crazy.
So this is what I mean. You never know.
Never. That's crazy.
Give your all at every stage of it. Just be yourself and give your all and remain pure and genuine. Don't burn bridges because I ain't talked to Frizzy since we made that record. What are the odds that he came back to me in a time like this where I'm receiving abundance, and that's a blessing that I was also blessed with to perform in that and create history. But yeah, I had a great time.
No, Bird, I had a fucking great time with this fucking interview, bro. Again, you're, one of the best guests, we've had, but I just want to thank you again so much for being vulnerable, for coming up. talking your shit. This just the point in the pod where just let people know what you got coming.
Okay.
Where they can see you next, where they can find you. But I want to thank you again for coming up and sharing your story.
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
Well, thank you for having me.
No problem.
I did just release a record finally after the 6-year hiatus. Since 2017.
Word
I
up.
released my single Ring Ring Go Away now on all streaming platforms. Make sure you guys go tune in and pick that up. Yeah, I can't really speak to what's coming. When I make plans, God laughs at me. So I plan to hopefully drop a full body of work before the summer, but like I'm taking it one day at a time. Just know I'm coming around the mountain. But yeah, just be on the lookout. Come tune into my page. Come get a taste of some real shit, some real life. I'm a family woman. I'm a girlfriend. I'm a mom. I'm a sister. I'm a auntie, a friend, a lover. So just come and get a taste of all of that before outside of the music. I'm a artist at heart. It's not just the business. It's not just the brand for me. So like,
where can they find you on IG?
Instagram, ice_cream_bird_x, Twitter, ice_cream_bird_x, TikTok, ice_cream_bird_x, Bird Watching TV on YouTube, and I believe I'm also Bird Watching TV on all streaming platforms. But if you look at Bird, BIRD, Rain Rain Go Away, you'll be able to get that new single. And how rappers usually always say, that's the realest shit I ever wrote. It might continue to be the realest shit I ever wrote. Go tune in if you really want to know my heart. That's a record that means the most to me.
Fair.
It's the record that means the most to me at the moment. Yeah, that's where we're at. If you ain't Bird watching, what you doing?
There you go, yo. That ring is fucking fire. By the way, shit is crazy. Yo, MIC Podcast episode 105, community content. You get it all here. We got Bird in the building, and if you're not bird watching, what the fuck are you doing? We're out, yo. Peace.
Bye, guys.